And this is a quick way that you can do some type editing to get your font just right for any elements you might have in your design work in Photoshop. A couple of things I may want to be very aware of when working with text in general, not just in Photoshop, are the abilities that you have to make any edits to the line of text or letters that you're working with. So here I've clicked between the two O's in my text. And I'm going to go under Window, and from the Window menu I am going to go to the Character panel. I'm now opened up the panel called Character. What this would allow me to do is change the distance between these two letters. So I want to decrease what's known as kerning. So I'm going to put a negative number here, -25, and you can see it just closed up that space. So you're looking at the negative space between your letters as one aspect of customizing your type. Again, here I'm going to put a negative number, -10, and it moved over the D closer to the O. Here maybe I feel like the distance between the F and the E is good, but the distance between the I and the F is not good. So I'm clicking between these two letters, and again, using kerning, I'll add a positive value, 10. This is just guessing. I am guessing. I don't know exactly how I know this except through practice. So I just did up arrow, 1 up, and it went to 20. So now I have the type spaced just the way I like it. Now let's say I wanted to proceed by, oh, here's another spot I can fix right there. So it's Window and it's Character, and this setting I'm showing you is called kerning, and I'll put a -10. Okay, I need more kerning or closer together, -25. Okay, now I'm happy with that, and I want to do some other customizations that I can't do unless I turn the type into a shape. To do that, I'm going to switch back to the arrow tool or the move tool, making sure that layer is selected. It is. And I'll go to type, and here I will choose convert to shape. Convert to shape. Boom. Doesn't seem like much happened, but it did. And if I come back over to my tools and I click on my direct selection tool, I can now see the points that make up these elements. I'm going to select the top of the F. You may want to watch now. I'm using this direct selection tool and selecting all the points that constitute the top of the F. Those should be the only ones selected now, and as I move them up using the F arrow, I'm messing up with this F. It doesn't really look good, so I'll put it back down. Okay, now I'll select the whole 2 elements that make this F and bring those up. All right, so I think that's fabulous, and that's what I wanted, for whatever, better or for worse. Now Command R is going to open the rulers. Command R, clicking in the ruler guide and dragging to line my ruler guide up with the top of the F, selecting with the white arrow, again, the direct selection tool, I've selected the top points of the top of the L, and I'll move that up to hit this line so I know that they are correctly aligned. Not to go into too much distortion, this is how I would, if I decided after the fact, wanted to kern this in a little more, I could just select just this F and move it over. Arrow keys, okay? Or even if I selected these 2 letters of the is and after the fact decided that I wanted to distort that, this is a shape, so it's not going to really change the same way as pixels would. However, if I go into my edit, and you see here transform path, 3 transform path, transform path. It's not showing us the normal transform settings, it's showing us ones for a path. So I'll choose transform path, and I will choose skew. Clicking in the middle, I'll make this faux italic by just shifting that over a little. Okay, Going back to the regular selection tool, clicking away and apply. This is still selected. I could change its color. It did not change. Why not? Okay, select with the regular selection tool. And yada yada, path selection, try it again, select. I need to change it up here. Okay, that's not that great because I don't want the whole word to be colored red, just those letters. So I'm going to click away and undo. And now I'm going to do this. Are you ready? So exciting! Do you remember we talked about adjustment layers? So if I have this layer selected and I add an adjustment layer, and I'll choose a hue adjustment layer, reading, okay, hue saturation. Okay, and I want to make sure that this is, especially if there's other layers underneath, that this is clipped in, so it's only affecting the layer underneath. And then I'm going to go to colorize and up the saturation till the word is red. With me? But I only want the word is to be red. I don't want food to be red. I don't want life to be red. Okay, so there it is. And I could make it a little redder by upping the lightness. Awesome. Clicking away. Now, I'm going to click on the layer mask and go to the black paintbrush here. Make sure I am actually using black, because what I'm doing is masking out the color change on that layer. This is on the recording, guys. So you can get some pretty cool effects with that. You surprised? Right? So if I press X for white, I could make this sort of have strange little blood dots. Not sure I want to do that. Option Command Z until it only is red. Now, I'll add another adjustment layer. I'll click on the text layer. I will add the adjustment layer. I will use hue again. Okay, now I want to do green. And then I'll stop after this because I think you'll understand what to do. So now I've clicked on colorize and I want the word life to be green. So now it's in the green range, and now it's definitely green, and now it's a lighter green. And I'm going to clip that in. So here is the, oh, it clipped itself in. Life is good. Okay, so that clipped in. This one got unclipped. Let's make sure that's clipped. Okay, and then on the green layer, I'll paint on the mask with black where food is. So I could also paint here with is. It's really correcting the red. Good. Questions? Is this helpful? Mm-hmm. All right. So that is a little bit about turning text into a shape and then customizing it in Photoshop.